Anything come to mind when you think of clients that you've walked with that have experienced that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's quite literally like a light bulb moment for them where they're like, "Oh, wow," like they hadn't thought of it that way or they had been maybe, yeah, discarded so many times and so they just took that as, it's not important, it shouldn't matter, and so they just kind of throw it to the wayside. And so when they really recognize that that has had impacts on them, it shifts the way not only they view the world, and themselves. I think it completely shifts the way that we do therapy because it tends to change from that person is like the problem and they hold, all of those things, to those things impacted them, right? So it kind of, before recognizing that it was the trauma, I think they really self-identify with it, like, um this is who I am or whatever. And then once they recognize that yeah, it happened and they gave it a name and they give it some power, then they're almost able to like disconnect from it a little bit and become more of like an observer versus like an absorber is an EMDR kind of term that we used. So they're able to just see it from a different lens. And I think then they can really make progress because they can separate themselves from the trauma that they experienced.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great example of that. Like you said, that there's the aha moment, but that is now just the next leg of the journey of the healing process, where I early on in my career, I thought there was this, just once a person had insight or an epiphany of what was, going on, or they talked about the secret or whatever it was, I thought that was like, oh, okay, that's it. And recognizing how naive that was, and that no, that's just the beginning of the next stage of recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.